Hey folks, MACT. Hey folks, MACT Garage, in this case MACT's basement. Over the years I've been having some water issues, so it's time to take care of the water issues because yeah, it's getting bad. So basement remodel, and we're going to start with making sure it's dry. So let me show you what we got going on, and tomorrow the crew's going to show up and they're going to start the work and make this basement dry. They guarantee it. Lifetime warranty, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and see what they're working with and what we had to do to prepare for it to avoid the demolition fees. Now, first things first, I had to get everything that was in the basement here. That wood stove, that's a killer. It took all four of us to move it. But yeah, we got a crack right here. You can see it goes all the way up the foundation. Yep, big old crack, but they're only going to fix it up to about here, you know, where the ground is. So it's only going up about 3 or 4 feet. They're not going to patch the whole thing. They're just going to patch it for the waterproofing side. But they're going to have to knock out this base for the wood burning stove that I had here and get that done. But they won't go any further than the edge of the brick right here, and that's as far as they're going to go. And then they're going to trench all the way along the foundation, and they're going to keep going because we got a big old crack. Now, when I bought the house, the owners conveniently covered this over with drywall and studs and everything else and had it all looking beautiful, and then of course it rained and everything started getting wet. So you can see where they tried to patch it with cement. What they're going to do is they're going to grind down this brick fascia here down to smooth concrete. Then they're going to put some sort of patch that is high tensile strength, that is stronger than the concrete actually. So they're going to seal that up and then make that so it don't leak. And then of course foundation, they're going to keep going. I had to cut down some wood here, as you can see, and that's where the hole's going to be. There's a hole here before and it never leaked, but now whenever it rains it pours out of there like Old Faithful. Yeah, so I got a Harbor Freight pump in there, temporary setup whenever it rains. But they're going to go all the way up underneath here, and they're going to fix that whole leaking foundation because it is leaking underneath there. This is about the center point of the house where the most hydraulic force is. So why is it leaking in this hole now where it never used to? And the summation is that those are clay tile pipes, you know, clay pipe, and they have over time collapsed, and now the water has nowhere to go but through this hole because it is the weak link. So it comes up through the foundation, it comes up through the hole. It comes up so fast that a shop vac can't even suck it up fast enough. So that ought to tell you. But they're going to make that hole bigger. So we got to look at it right here, and we'll be able to tell what they do as far as the before and after. So let's take a picture as far as what we got here and get that taken care of. Now we got some more. I had to rip this whole wall because it was looking like this. They put a fake wall in there over a wall. This was a flipped house is all I can tell you. Built in 1963, and it doesn't have water issues. So they're going to come all the way up to the side here around the corner, dig the foundation up, and then go all the way over to the sump area. Now the sump's going to be a primary electric with a battery backup sump. So there'll be a battery that's going to be back there and everything. So I'll show you when we get it done, but when we redo this, I'm having a feeling I'm going to take this whole wall out, fix this wall back up, and redo the wiring and everything, and you know, make this a little bit bigger room, because right under here, drywall. I don't know why they did what they did. They put a fake wall in here, used up a lot of space. You know, they had hodgepodged it together with scrap lumber, just so you know what they're doing. So it wasn't even new lumber, it was scrap lumber. So yeah, we're gonna get this thing fixed up. So right now, this is a little bit of a before, as you can see, and then we'll have the after once they get done. Alright folks, stuff's about to get real. They're coming in. They started working already. They got their truck out there, they got their trailer, and they're kindly unloading my wheelbarrow for me. That's rather nice of them. But yeah, getting ready. There we go. Digging down to the foundation. This young man even has a special shovel. Hearing.
Yeah.
Do you think it's connected to that?
I'm hoping not, because if it is, I can't hook your sump pump there. It could just been backup the whole time. It very well could be.
I'm thinking that's the sewer. You may have to move that and then fill that in.
That can't be the sewer if it's got a drain in it. That can't be exposed like that if it's the sewer line. Where's the other standpipe at?
That's it.
Well, that's clean out.
There's no other standpipe.
Actually, all
that might be why it was backing up, because that was filled up with dirt. Because when it rained, I heard water running.
Yeah. Could be a.
Now here's where things get really tricky on the whole house, because these clay tiles were directed on the whole front of the house into this hole, and in this hole was a drain, and back in the day they thought nothing of running the water from around the house foundation in through that drain into the sewer and then flood out the sewer. Now city codes and everything have changed since then, and you are no longer allowed to run surface water into your sewage system, and this is the case here. So we had to stop work and reevaluate, and what ended up happening was we left it alone because I called a certified plumber and we told him what we were going to do, and he says as long as we did not disturb that pipe and merely dumped rock and routed the water that was coming from it into the new sump, we would be perfectly fine in just sealing it up with concrete and gravel and calling it a day. So what we did is we had to then move the location because we couldn't touch that. And that was my biggest fear, that the house was running into the sewer. This confirms it, so thus we had to move on to plan B and move the location of the sump, which I'll show you here in a little bit later in the video, where the sump was actually moved about 2 or 3 feet to the right, where that gentleman's kneeling right there, right in that corner. So that's how we moved it, and that's how we found our solution to this. Alright, getting it all cleaned up, fireplace area all chiseled up. Apparently the guy running the jackhammer's sweating, but no, he's young. We're getting this all done. This is where they're digging the hole for the sump, and this is the sump bucket they have to make fit in there. So as you can see, it's pretty big, a big bucket, and they have to fit it in that hole. So yeah, can't put it in the original hole because that wasn't going to work. So they cleaned that out, and it's all going to lead to this sump. So the way they're designing it and the way the plumber said to bypass everything is to fill it with gravel, then the water will trail down into the sump bucket right here if that does come up, and it'll go into the sump. But as you can see, there's a big chunk they put out. They're getting everything cleaned up to get everything finished for the basement. They got a few cracks here they got to fix up and cover up, but otherwise, yep, all goes right to here. And they got to fix this crack right here, and then we got another crack that they got to fix, and they're going to be doing that soon. They got to grind all that brickwork that's poured into the brick flat, so they'll grind down pretty deep into these holes to make it flat concrete to put the patches on there. And they got to do that inside there too, because there's a seam they have to fix in there. But overall, yeah, we're getting it all done. Let's go check the other side. And this is from the other bedroom, and they're digging it all out here, getting this all fixed up so we can get everything cemented back in. And like I said, right there's the seam. You can see it right by the light. There's a seam going down that has to be ground down. So yeah, a lot of grinding and patching that has to happen. But you can see the wet concrete down here where the water is seeping at the base. So they'll put it all down there so the water will have some place to go all the way to that sump.
Shabam, shabam.
Got the draining material in.
There we go. Yep, that'll fit down there nicely. Just really need to dig this down.
Look at that. You're getting there.
Yeah.
And after you filled it up. Your name's Rufus, right?
Doofus.
Rufus.
I was on my bad.
My pickup truck is named Rufus.
Yeah.
Yeah. 26-year-old
Nice.
Ford Ranger. Let's see. We got the drainage material. What do you call this material again?
Hydro-Way.
Hydro-Way material. Look at that, all the way down to the end. Getting there. They're just trying to interlink the old hole with the new hole. That way we only have one hole.
Huh?
Yeah. 2 inches of concrete over
Close
that.
to 1 inch, 3/4, 2 inches of concrete.
Usually. You filled that all in?
Yep. It's got clean rock all the way around it, and it's got a membrane all around it, so that way none of that mud and stuff.
Oh, you put a membrane around
the pit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll all feed into that. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's going to work out good.
In there and
then we got our pipe in here already.
for a discharge.
All right.
This will face this way by the time I'm done. It'll come here. It'll come up just a little bit. It'll 45 this way, come straight up the wall and out.
Okay. Then it'll pump it out. So when Monday comes, if it rains a lot, I'll be able to test it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You'll have a tester button on your new battery.
How are you guys going to get water to mix concrete?
We'll have to turn your valve back on and fill up buckets.
It's frozen right now.
Is it frozen?
I'll get the.
Well, if you got a faucet in here or something like that.
I
Or
can
shower.
put a blowtorch on it and see if I can thaw it out.
I don't want to risk bursting it. Nothing
Okay.
like that. No. So if you got a shower,
There we go. Got a backflow valve that's installed, and now it's going to be all hooked up. He's got the cords. So I guess he can. How many cords are there? 2?
there's 3.
3?
Yep.
Oh,
So that's basically the on-off switch for your battery,
okay.
which these cords connect into to control the pump, because you have a tester switch on that
So
battery.
each pump has its own connection?
So this is the direct connection to the pump,
Okay,
which goes to your outlet.
okay.
These go to the battery
Okay.
pack box, and then your battery pack box has.
Oh, okay, so there's only one plug that does everything then.
Nope, there's another plug that connects into that box.
Okay. But I mean one electrical 110 plug that I see in your
which
hand.
specifically runs that. But your battery's charged already, so your battery gets charged as well. This will have 2
Plugs in it. Okay, so there's another 110 plug
that continues
goes
to
in
charge
there.
the battery.
Okay.
The battery doesn't do anything while this plug is working.
Okay.
If like the power goes out, your battery's consistently charged,
Okay.
so you'll have power in it, so it'll continue to run it.
Okay. We got that in there. The pumps are in there.
Maneuver it till it kind of sits nice and flat here.
Now, when this first runs, can I expect dirty, muddy water in the initial rain flow?
It shouldn't be dirty. The bottom of this is clean.
I mean, but as the water comes through, it could end up.
That just depends on how much sediment gets pushed through. But there's filter around the outside of this.
Yes.
This filters it itself because of the membrane, and it shouldn't be that dirty. It's built to keep the inside of this clean.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, you'll get a little bit of dirty, muddy stuff, but it's not going to be.
But
it's not going to start building
I'm
up.
thinking it'll be a little cloudy, muddy looking,
cloudy,
maybe.
yeah. I mean, for the
once
most
the
part,
water settles and all the sediment settles from all being disturbed, then it should start running.
For the most part, though, it does shoot out very clean. We've had as soon as we've had to set these real quick because of the amount of water we've dug up in places.
Yeah.
And it just shoots and it comes out clean, nice and clear.
Now, do you guys test this after it's all done?
The only way we can test it is if there's actual water flowing into our pump or pit at the time.
Oh, like I was a safety.
There's a tester button. We can turn it on so it runs.
Well, no, I was wondering if you guys actually went to the effort of throwing a 5 gallon bucket of water in there and testing it.
I'll show you. Right. I'll do that, absolutely.
I just didn't know if that was a standard practice, just to make sure. No. I mean, if you're sure all your connections won't leak and everything else. Okay, this is the material that is going to go into my basement. I believe the knobs go against the wall. Big roll of it. And we'll show you in a bit how that fits into the process. Well, looks like we're getting somewhere. It's all ground down. Getting ready to work on that patching and crack filling. And this is where the drain pipe comes out. And then this young man here, he's got the best job of all. Yep. What'd they say? Strong back, weak mind when you hired you? Been there, done that, buddy. He's digging the trench so the water can go all the way around the back side of the house. So I think he's got a little bit of digging to do yet. It's not going to be done just yet. Now we got the piping all put in here. Goes all the way out there. And he's already covered it up. Just covering it all back up. Found lots of rocks, huh?
Yeah.
Where's it come out at?
Back there. I put the
oh, okay. Where the rock is, he's got the end of the pipe. And it'll drain right down here and water the tree, I guess, in the summer. And that'll be that. Got these little nipples sticking here. They sealed the crack so then they'll fill it out and inject through these nipples. And then once this cures after about 20 minutes, then they can start injecting everything. Doing the same thing on this one. Right here we got the smartest guy ever putting this stuff on. Alright, they're using all these mixes here, and they're going to use this carbon fiber material, and then they're just going to slather that up and smooth it out on the wall. They've already injected, you can see the little foam that's already expanded in there, so they got that all filled up. and got all the stuff done. And he's hooking up the battery backup system.
Yep.
And looks like just a regular car battery there.
Yeah, it's got some screw-on
Sealed battery. Let me see what kind of battery that was. I just don't know what kind it is, but I'll look it up later. But looks heavy. Yeah. Can you hold it up like that for a little while?
I could do it for a while.
Oh, okay. Okay. But he's going to hook that all up, and that'll be the battery backup system. And then when the power goes out, it'll power him up for what, 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, go for it.
Just a little while.
Yeah.
I'll have to figure out my generator and get that going, I guess. But anyway, we got that. So next time you guys see this, it'll all be filled up with concrete, and they'll have that covering over top of it going up the wall. And unfortunately, I have to leave. But they're going to go ahead and concrete everything in. And then we'll see what this looks like when I get back.
Yeah.
Cardboard can stick to it because this is pretty sticky, and it's I mean, it'll never come up.
What is the name of the material?
It's carbon fiber. It's a carbon fiber.
All right. All right.
Prepping it to put it on the wall. The epoxy goes on each side of it. So that way it really adheres to the wall there.
Somebody's out there knocking. Okay.
It doesn't need to go on the top there.
Okay. Yeah.
What kind of material is that?
It's a carbon fiber. It's a meshed. It's got a bunch of different intertwining meshes, so that way when it mixes with this epoxy, it hardens up nice and solid. Yeah.
And the water won't come through.
No, oh, we already injected the cracks, so the water's not going to come through. This just keeps your crack from spreading.
I didn't move that.
Good.
Oh, I did. Just enough to finish this one, bud.
Yep.
So if you gotta make another bottle, this one's good to go on the wall. Just hit it like a hammer. There you go. Yeah, that's coming off.
There we go.
That worked. That one did good.
That's the foam we injected into it. It's a liquid, and then it gets into your crack, and then it foams.
It's done, but it looks like we still got time.
Yep.
Needs to turn it up. You ready?
1 second.
I'm just gonna have to hand it to you.
Yeah.
What do you call that again? And then the material?
The carbon fiber. It's a carbon fiber.
Okay, what is this part are you guys gonna do?
This is the protective layer that covers the system from the concrete.
Okay.
It's called 300. It's all wound up.
Yeah, it is.
Right there. Need a knife? Here. Yeah, we cut a lot of it. I do.
Oh.
I measured for that trench over there.
I see what you guys do.
Stuff down.
I see. The whole thing is going to fall down. Okay.
There we go. Oh, I need to cut right here.
Did they have to fall down? Here, let's see. Go.
Do we have a broom?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you go ahead of me real fast and sweep everything into the trench? I need even right here. Thank you. Make it look real nice for you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah.
My husband would love to see this bar.
Yes.
Well, at least I recorded for him.
Yeah.
Well, I did have a rework, as you will see following this part here, me talking to you. Yeah, I contacted HELITECH and I voiced some concerns about some of the processes and applications that they did as far as the job. And I talked with the head manager and did some texting and emails and sent pictures and noted that I felt that the process that was done was not in line with the process that was outlined in the sales. So we discussed them and I voiced some concerns about it. Mainly the sump had been cemented over for the lid, and they went and they fixed that, as you'll see in the video. And they buried the line across my fence into the neighbor's yard. They shortened it up and then reburied it into my yard. Easy fixes for the most part. A little digging on their part, but at least the ground wasn't completely frozen. And they came back and they redid the carbon fibers, resins, ground some more of the concrete down to more open face. And I will say that, you know, it was a pleasant conversation. The head guy came out and he told me that they would correct it. They brought the team in. There's like 3 or 4 guys, and they went into everything they said they would fix, they fixed. They spent an additional 4 or 5 hours here making it right. And that is a company I can stand behind. So here, let's see what they did. And then they came up, flying colors, they got it fixed to my satisfaction. And hey, that's how it all works, folks. There's no yelling and screaming. It's just a discussion. And they were more than willing to correct anything that I thought was wrong and that they, you know, thought that was not adhered to on their policies too. So, hey, thumbs up on that, folks. They will stand behind their work, and if it's not satisfied, they will fix it. And that's what they did, and it wasn't much of a discussion. They came in, fixed it, and this is what they did. Well, on a positive note, they went into the corner of my fence here, cut the pipe, and then they redirected the pipe to go down all the way to here. That way it's in my yard rather than buried into the neighbor's yard on the other side of the fence. So we got that corrected. Good job, guys. Looks great. And they even added this little discharge cap here. So we're all set here. So I'm happy with the results on this one. Got things corrected. They're held up to their word. So let's go check and see what they're doing inside to fix a few things and get everything set right. As you can see, they have removed the carbon fiber. They're going to regrind the wall, then reapply the carbon fiber and the resin to make sure it has a better bond. True to their word, they're coming back to fix what I had stated I was not entirely satisfied with, but their plan of attack was outlined to me what they're going to do, and I'm satisfied that they're going to get it set the right way. And they're going ahead and working on this, and my favorite worker's doing the job. This guy's a rock star when it comes to working on concrete. That's the heck of that. They're going ahead and they're redoing this also, going to get it all set up the proper way. Yep, get it all done. Get it cleaned up. All ground down too. make this job quiet, you gotta make sure you know ahead of time. That's the HELITECH running, and it takes care of most of the dust. It keeps it from gathering up a lot. Alright, got the concrete around the lid. We checked it out, and it did run when it was raining earlier this week, so we got verification. It is putting water out, and the guys verified it outside that the pipes had water in them, so we got a whole new redo on this, so it looks like a good job on here. We're doing well. And then they of course redid this one. Got our bonding process going on, and then this one. So I would say overall I'm satisfied with what's going on here. Warranty is enforced and everything else, and hey, if it ain't right, all you have to do is tell them. They'll come and make sure it's right. Good customer service, and I am satisfied with the end of the product. So we're done, and it's working. Well, folks, in the end, everything worked out. I'm at this point now satisfied. HELITECH came in, did a good job. They are not a sponsor of me. I just, hey, real life, what we went through, and how they stood up behind themselves and made sure that the satisfaction of the job was to my requirements and also to theirs. So good on them. They came through for me, and I am happy. I will have a dry basement, and hey, make sure that you contact them and see what they can do for you. But overall, hey, I am satisfied. I can't stress that enough. I am satisfied with the job now, and they put me in a dry basement, so that's all that really counts. Make sure you like, subscribe, join on everything for MACT Garage. And also, my feet hit the floor today. I'm having a great day, and I want you to have a great day too. And hey, check me out on MeWe. MACT Garage on MeWe. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them there.
Thank you for watching MACT's videos, and remember to like and subscribe. This is a Mercy Go production.